Hi, my name's Aaliyah. I'm a night shift ER nurse, and my life before joining the program, I was like into CrossFit, I did group fitness, I ran, trained for a marathon, but this was all with like having free time because I was a student, so I was able to like eat 3 meals a day uninterrupted and work out when I wanted to, and I had days to recover because I had time, which led to my biggest struggle when I got into my actual nursing job. I realized I couldn't do and have that same routine I had when I had so much free time when I became a nurse, which I really struggled with. I was still trying to work out like 6 times a week while working 312s. I was trying to keep up with my nutrition, but I was skipping like breakfast and lunch at work because I didn't have time because I had so much to do. And I wasn't drinking as much water because I didn't have a time to sit down and get my water bottle out of my book bag. So I really struggled with that the most before the program, is just trying to fit this free will lifestyle into now being a nurse who works 312s. And then when I stumbled upon the program, I was really on the fence. But my biggest advice to anyone on the fence is just kind of do your research, look into other programs and kind of compare and talk with other people. But this one really stuck out to me just because it was nurse driven, and the other ones I talked to is more so like, oh, we'll give you macros and then a workout plan and like hit them. Whereas here it's like, we'll give you accountability, a coach, and then they can work with your lifestyle. So they can work around your 312s. They know you work overtime. They know sometimes you might work days, that you might work nights, that you might not get a drink of water that night, or you might not be able to get a full meal and sit down and eat for 15 minutes. So it was really nice to know that like they understood the lifestyle you lived and where you're coming from. So my biggest advice is just to do your research, and then also if you're on the fence and you really want to do it but you just like don't know, I would just do it. That's what I did. Like I just trusted my gut and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do it, invest in myself, and it was a great decision and one of the best decisions I've made. I've seen a lot of improvements in my life, not only like physically but mentally. I'm sleeping a lot better in between shifts. I used to sleep like 2 to 3 hours. Now I'm sleeping like 6 to 7 hours, and I feel way more energized and like mental clarity, like not any brain fog or anything before going into work, or like that 3 a.m. haze I don't really get anymore, which is great. And then physicality wise, I was very fit before. And like, I feel like I had a lot of muscle before, but now I feel like it's really showing with like the consistency of being in a strength program and like seeing your growth and hitting the same muscle groups each week, which is really nice. And I also realized that like, you don't have to work out 6 to 7 times a week to see like fitness results. Like you can work out 3 to 4 times. Like recovery is just as important as working out, which I always struggled with, but I've really came to terms with this program. The coaches are great. There's a bunch of support and accountability and like tips and tricks, which is awesome. But this program is truly great. It's all about like investing in yourself, and setting like long-term habits and goals, which I feel like nurses sometimes can struggle with just because we don't get that like support because people don't understand where we're coming from. But overall, this program's great. So if you're thinking about joining, I totally would. And yeah,